Hi everyone, it's me, Larry. I wanted to talk about the five rock bands that I really, really enjoy the most, and like a lot of these rock and roll bands, are really, really talented, really, really good at what they do and stuff, and that. So the first band I'm going to talk about is Black Label Society. Black Label Society is Zach Wild's band. And I tell you, Zach Wild is a really, really good guitar player. He's really, really good at what he does. Very, very good. And I really, really like Black Label Society a lot. Zach Wild's really, really good at how he plays and really good at how he does things. So I'm gonna say, Zach Wild is great at what he does as a guitar player. Um, the second band I'm gonna talk about is Guns N' Roses. Guns N' Roses is a phenomenal band. Um, they are one of the greatest bands of all time. Um, so when I talk about Slash, Slash is a really good guitar player. He's very good at what he does. I really, really like Slash a lot. I give it credit for Slash. Slash is really, really good guitar player. I give him credit for that. You know, this goes out to my boy Slash. Um, Another band I'm gonna talk about is is the Hollies. The Hollies are a phenomenal band. They're really, really good at what they do. Um, I really like the Hollies. I'm British myself. I believe that a lot of these bands come from Britain are really, really good. What they do and how they process and how they do everything. You know, so this is this goes out to the Hollies. Another band I'm gonna talk about is Nirvana. Nirvana is a very, very good band. I want to break it down to you guys like this, okay? I, was a big, huge rock and roll fan in my teens. I love listening to rock and roll, all certain kind of rock and roll, um, all certain kind of things I like listening to. Like I listen to Alice in Chains and all these good bands. Like the Skid Row and all these good bands out there, man. And I'm basically a rockhead. I love listening to rock. Rock's my gender in music. And a lot of these bands today, everybody's dying off. Everybody's getting old. And you look at Tom Petty. Tom Petty was one of the great singers of all time. He had a lot of hits with Stevie Nicks. And that and you know, stop dragging my heart around and all that stuff. And that. Um, so when you talk about bands that have progress, I'm not really into Iron Maiden. I don't like Iron Maiden. I know they come from Britain. All my friends tell me Iron Maiden's good. All my friends say, "Oh, Iron Maiden's a good band." I can't get into Iron Maiden. And that's the problem with me. And that. So here are my top five bands that I'm going to talk about. My top five. My first band is Led Zeppelin. Phenomenal band, phenomenal band. I give it out to Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page is good. He's a really good guitar player. Um, my second band would have to be AC/DC because I love Bon Scott. I like Phil Rudd. I love Angus. I love Malcolm. They're a really good band. My third band will probably have to be CCR. I love CCR. I love John Fogerty. John Fogerty's a really good singer. I really like him a lot. So these are the bands that I like a lot. I like a lot of the variety of bands, but I gotta give credit for Ozzy. Ozzy is a really really good man. Ozzy's the one who got rock today. Heavy metal rock is where he did today. If it wasn't for Ozzy, he if it wasn't for Ozzy, he wouldn't be there wouldn't be no metal today. So metal to me, Ozzy's metal. And I give it credit for Ozzy. Ozzy's one of the greatest guys I know that brought Zakk Wylde into the game. Brought Zakk Wylde to play when he was 19 years old. Zakk Wylde played with Ozzy when he was 19 years old. So these are the bands that you know do a lot of good things and sounds really good. It sounds really good and really cool. You know, I'm a huge rock fanatic. You know, I may not know about some different rock bands, whatever, but I know I'm a big fanatic at rock. I am. So I started listening to rock and roll when I was 13 years old. I started listening to rock. And Bryan Adams is good. I love Bryan Adams. I love Van Halen. Van Halen was a good band. It's sad that Eddie Van Halen passed away. It's sad about that. But you know, is that gonna kill the rock industry? Is that gonna make the rock industry go down the hill? Yes, it will. Because Eddie Van Halen was one of the best guitar players of all time. Just like Eric Clapton and just like Jimmy Page, sorry, and just like Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix was a good guitar player. I give him credit for that. He was really good.